Good morning, guys. This is Kyle from SkySportsUSA.net, and I have one of the last MY20 production models here with me today. I want to go over a couple things that have changed with the MY22 models, and if you're one of the people who bought a MY20 towards the end of the run, what upgrades you might have already on your motor. So let's dive into this and see what to look for. Now that we have this Moster 185 Plus flipped over, we can inspect the pull start assembly. Now this one looks to be an upgraded MY22 version, despite being on a MY20. So how do we confirm this? First thing to check is that the bolt here is an 8mm bolt. This is an upgrade from the previous version. It's much bigger. The other thing to look for is if your pull start assembly bolts go all the way through the spacers and into your carter support. Now, you don't have to take it off to inspect this. What you can do is flip over the motor and look if there's a nut on the back side. If there's no nut, you have the new style. The last thing you can check for is pull the pull start assembly off and check the center pin. If your center pin is hollow, you have the MY20 version. The MY22 versions have been reinforced. Let's move on to the exhaust, now that we've confirmed that this MY20 has a MY22 pull start assembly. Moving down to the exhaust section on this Moster 185 Plus, we're finding more great news. Now the MY20 version had one single rubber grommet, but you can see on this one that we've got two. Now this is confirming that you have the new reinforced silencer band and grommet system featured on the MY22 motors. This is going to increase durability, and this is going to help with safety during maintenance. We are now 2 for 2 on MY22 upgrades on this MY20 Moster 185 Plus. The next thing to check is your starter motor support plate. Now the MY22s have a rubber O-ring on the inside of this to absorb vibrations. So let's pop it off and check. Guys, any guesses? Here we go. Let's see if that rubber O-ring's in there. Ooh, glad we checked. No rubber O-ring. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade that right now. Here's the new MY22 support plate for the electric start. You can see that there's a rubber O-ring in this one. So we're gonna go ahead and get that mounted up. I know this isn't a how-to video, but just a quick, if you go to your user manual, go to section 5.2, and you'll see that this is 10 Newton meters and no Loctite required. So let's get this all mounted back up and move on to the next thing to check. With the airbox removed, we can inspect our plastic airbox connector. The MY22s have metal grommets on the inside that the bolts go through. The previous versions are just plastic. Let's pop this one off and see which version we have on our MY20 Moster 185 Plus. Here it is. Here's the MO91 plastic airbox connector, and ours has the MY20 version. So we're gonna go ahead and upgrade this to the MY22 version. You can see, like I talked about before, that it has the metal bushings. This is gonna ensure longer part longevity on your Vittorazi Moster 185. Let's get this thing put back together. We're going to use a 6 Newton meter torque spec, and we're going to use Loctite. Here it is, our MY20 Moster 185 Plus, all put back together with MY22 upgrades. Let's go over this just one more time. We found that our MP041 pull start assembly was in fact the MY22 version because it had bolts going all the way through the starter spacer. It had the upgraded 8mm center pin bolt, and also the center pin was not hollow. It was reinforced, so it's all the new model. MP162, carbon silencer exhaust band. We also found that it was the upgraded version that's reinforced, and it has 2 rubber grommets. The ME300 electric starter support was the MY20 version, so we went ahead and upgraded that to the MY22 with the rubber O-ring. And finally, the MO91 was also the MY20 version. So we upgraded that to the MY22 version with the metal grommets. So here we are. This has all the great improvements of the MY22, all ready to get mounted up to a frame. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.